Hey, this is Matt from Gobbler Ridge Outdoors. I'm going to do a little review today on a bag that I've had it since last year. I've only seen one review on it on YouTube, and I don't know if anybody else has had any experiences with it, so I would like to have seen more on it before I bought it. I was lucky enough to get this bag, and this is a Decoy bag from Right. It's the Refuge Runner bag. I think they sell right now for $129.99 on Max, and maybe, I don't know if Cabela's had them or whoever else had them there, but I had a couple of catalogs come in, saw them for $129.99. That's what they were last year. I actually got one for $60 last year on a Max 5 sale. So pretty good deal on the bag. Looked like a great bag, and I'm gonna go over this whole thing with you because a lot of times what I'll see is, and I watch a lot of reviews and stuff on gear on YouTube, and it dictates a lot of times what I buy. Unfortunately, a lot of it is they unbox it, they look at it in their living room, they're looking at it in their basement, they're showing it to you, it looks great, and that's fine, and don't get me wrong, those are helpful. But what I like to see is when a guy takes one out, he runs it through its paces, drags it through the mud, throws it in a truck, gets out in weather and all the other things that go along with hunting, and we'll see how it holds up. Those are the reviews that are really the most useful for most of us, especially working guys, blue-collar guys out here that can't afford to go out and buy a $130 bag every year. You want to know, will it hold up to the rigors of hunting so I can get 2 or 3 seasons out of it anyway. All right. This bag here, I'm going to go over the pros, the cons, and I'm going to give you my experience with Right. Okay, the pros of this bag, listen, it's huge. I mean, you can see how huge this bag is. I don't know if I'm in the right spot on this camera or not, but you can see it's barely touching the ground. It's halfway up my chest. It's a good bag, good size bag. Man, it'll hold more than you want to carry, I'll guarantee it. It's got this large square mouth. It's got a couple of D-rings right here that I usually hook like my Texas rigs to hold my decoys kind of in place. It's got these snaps here. I'm usually not a super big fan of plastic snaps, especially if they're under pressure. But these haven't given me any trouble at all. Real good, they're good, no problem. On the side here, you got for your motion decoy. We'll go in here. It's got a place for the poles. You got to kind of watch those poles that a little bit. It doesn't tighten up super tight, but I haven't lost a pole yet. But just keep eye on it. Shouldn't be a problem. The lucky duck I have fits right here if I use it that way. On this side, you've got where you put your gun. It's got a strap for that too. Again, you can tighten that right down. Haven't had any trouble out of these clips whatsoever. This material is really durable, good material. It's like a blind material, like if you're sitting in a hub blind or something. It's really strong material. The back of this thing, you can see, it's got these straps way down low. They don't hit this way. This bag, you can have this thing loaded up. It don't hit you in the back of the legs. It's got some clips there to go around your chest. It's even got a belt that goes around your waist for added support. I mean, they really thought of pretty much everything with this bag with all these features. As a matter of fact, I've had my dog blind in here, maybe 3 dozen decoys, duck decoys, some goose floaters, maybe 4 goose floaters, 6 or 7 goose shells, my blind bag, and you can still snap this no problem. Now it gets so heavy you can't carry it, but the cool thing about it is you can load this bag up, throw it over in your sled, and it keeps all your stuff organized together so nothing's falling out of the sled when you're dragging through briars and everything else. My neighbor's dog over there losing his mind over these birds in the tree. But anyway, all that's great. Fantastic. Good bag overall for that. Here's the problem. And I hope you can see this on the video. The bottom of this bag is made out of a rubber mesh material. It's almost kind of sticky feeling. You could literally, if I wanted to hard enough, I might be able to rip that apart. I don't know. It's kind of weak. You can see this hole. I don't know how well you can see it in the light. This hole here, I can put my hand through. That hole, this bag's been out about 12 times. I got a hole big enough to put my hand through. This is actually the second one of these I've had. The first one I bought, I took it out 5 times. A hole ripped in the bottom of that bag enough where a standard size decoy would fit out that hole. 5 times. I had took it, threw it in the back of my truck, took it out to where I hunted, carried it over to the pond I hunted, and did that like 5 times. I contacted Rig'em-Rite, I took a picture of it, emailed the quality control or the customer service or whatever, emailed it to them, told them what happened in the email. That was on a Sunday night. On Monday morning by 9 o'clock I had an email back from them with a tracking number, and they were sending me a new bag. I can't say enough about Rig'em-Rite's customer service, man. That was 10-4, that was good, you couldn't ask for it better than that. Treated me like gold, sent me a brand new bag. Well, you can see after a dozen trips, the brand new bag is doing the same thing that the old bag did. So what I did was recontacted them, sent them another email, said, listen, here's the deal with this bag. Wasn't trying to get another bag, even wrote in my email, don't send me another bag, don't care if you send me another bag, not looking for another bag, not trying to get another bag out of you. But this is a flaw that needs to be fixed. You're gonna have a lot of pissed off hunters, and it's gonna translate over into your other products. People aren't gonna buy from Rig'em-Rite if they pay $130 for something that makes it 5 trips. That's just ridiculous. And I said, you know, I don't work for Rig'em-Rite's R&D department, obviously, so why should they listen to me? But I said, man, why don't you make it out of the same stuff this is, and then put some grommets in it, maybe some holes in it that were reinforced to let water out of the bottom, because that seems to be what they're worried about. They give you this bottom so that all the water leaks off your decoys. I mean, is that really the biggest issue? I would rather have one that didn't fall apart than something that got wet. I can take the stuff out and hang the bag up and dry it out. So this was the second one. After I sent them that email, telling them I didn't want another bag, didn't have to send me another bag, wouldn't expect another bag. About 3 days later, I get this. And this is another bag, as you can see. And this was back in the spring. It's middle of November now, so didn't even take the tag off of it. Brand new, and this was an Optifade Gore. This is obviously different from the Max 5. Brand new, same exact features. Everything about the bag is going to be great, with the exception of that. Did not change one thing about this. Still selling this for 130 bucks. I can't be the only guy who has had that issue. I mean, you catch it on a briar, you know, you catch it on green briars or brush or any number of things in and out of the back of your truck. Once you start one little hole in one of these rips a little bit, it's just going to work its way loose from there. You're on a timer then. Great bag overall, with the exception of this right here makes it, basically renders it almost useless. Now the reason I have this bag, and it still has this on it, I have saved this bag all year because we're going to Kansas in a couple weeks, and about 6 days out there. I don't expect it to make it to 6 days without holes in the bottom. So I saved it because I love everything about that bag except for that. So I'm like, man, I'm going to take this out there, load it up, take it into the wetland we're hunting, and it's going to do a great job for me, but it's only going to last for that. It's a disposable bag, basically. Now you can fix this. You could find you some material like this, and you can sew it to the bottom, probably fix that. Or on the inside, put something on the inside to where if this ripped a hole in it, wouldn't matter. But you're going to have to do some seamstress work on your own to get this thing right. And honestly, for 130 bucks, that's a bunch of crap. Rig'em-Rite's a great company. I buy Rig'em-Rite stuff all the time. I bought some Rig'em-Rite stuff this year. I don't have an issue. Their customer service is off the chart. But this is foolishness right here. Keeping this design. Oh, I will say this about Rig'em-Rite too. I complained, well, I really complained. I did a review on their actual Rig'em-Rite website where they sell these too, and they actually put my review, and I told everything I told here about this bottom of this bag, and they put it on there. So if you go there and you're reading about that bag and you look at the reviews, you're going to see that. So I give them the props for that. But what I won't give them props for, 130 bucks, and you're still putting these out every day, $130. Like I said, I seen it this week probably in the catalog I got, and then I saw it again in another catalog I got. The reason I want to do this review, not to rag on Rig'em-Rite, I like Rig'em-Rite, like their products, but working men and women who go out here and hunt and try to do their thing cannot afford to drop $130 on a bag and it lasts them five trips. or they can't afford to spend all their money on decoys or a dog blind or something like that that can't get them through a season. This stuff is outrageously priced a lot of times, as we all know. If you waterfowl hunt, you know, I mean, they hammer you with it. If you're going to pay for it, it ought to last a season or two, a couple seasons. You know what I mean? It's just got to. This was a good bag overall, with the exception of that. And you'll find out if you buy this for $130. If I'd have paid $130, I would have been pissed. The fact that I paid $60 and ended up with 3 of them, I mean, I'm not really complaining about Brigham Right. They're great. They're a good company, but they can do better than this. So I wanted to put this out there so guys can see that. Be aware of that if you buy this bag, that you're going to have to baby the heck out of it in and out of your truck and where you're carrying it to, or you're going to have the same issue I had. I hope y'all like this review. If you did, give me a thumbs up. I'm going to keep trying to do some reviews on things that I've got. If you got an idea of something you want to see reviewed on, let me know. If I can get it, I will. And it'll be field tested before I come out here and do a review. I might do an unboxing or something, but that'll be in conjunction with a field test. It's going to get put through the ringer before I would recommend it or not recommend it. As far as this bag goes, thumbs up or thumbs down recommendation. Unless you want to fix the bottom of this bag, it's a thumbs down. If you don't care to do your own seamstress work and repair this when it inevitably fails, it's a thumbs down. There'd be a thumbs up if you want to do that. So, because everything else is cool with it, but that sucks. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and have a good season.